Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. I've spent 20 hours in Avowed, which is Obsidian's brand new RPG on Xbox and PC, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. But first, before we get into those, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel for the latest on video games, Star Wars, and more. So yes, my history of the Obsidian Entertainment is not a whole lot because I haven't really played one of their games all the way through since Knights of the Republic 2, and it's not because I've been avoiding Obsidian Entertainment, it's just there's so many other games I've been playing, and after playing this I can definitely say why all these people love this studio, right? They are now owned by Xbox. This is a first party game, and there's so much to enjoy about this game. I really feel like I scratched the surface when it came to Avowed. I'm still in the same starting zone, guys. It's crazy how large this game is. So going over top level thoughts of what I think are the biggest benefits or the biggest positives of this game. First and foremost, I'm having a blast with the combat, with the way you have your loadouts. I feel like I'm just always trying something new, and that's what's really great about the combat is the game lets you play how you want to play. Hey, if you want to be a guy that's going around with a spell book and a wand, sure, go at it that way. If you want to have a sword and shield classic fantasy archetype, go ahead, try that. If you want to have dual flintlocks and going around blasting people, you can do that as well. And that's what's so great about the game, is the way that all these really feel like viable options. They all feel great, and the game does a great job for letting you respec. It's very low cost at any point. If you find a build and you're like, oh, I want to try this instead, it doesn't penalize you. It's a lot of these games you play, you start out with a certain class like a mage or a wizard, and you're kind of stuck with that class until you beat the game. This game, it actually pushes you to experiment. There's different quality of loots. You're going to find all sorts of things in the world, but then you also have a really good, robust upgrade system, and you also have unique weapons and whatnot that are going to give you special abilities on those weapons and different things. Like I found a shocking pistol last night as well as a flaming sword. So instead of using the musket, I'm now using that is a different kind of thing, right? So that's where it leads me into my next big thing with this, is the incredible world, the incredible exploration. I haven't played a game like this in quite a while, where it really begs you to just take things in nice and slow. And that's the biggest thing I can give you guys recommendation for jumping into Avowed right now, is take your time with this game. Do not rush through the main story. This game, it begs you to explore the nooks and crannies, because what's really great about this is they have all these loots, all these different things you can find off the beaten path, and you sort of make your own story, right? You're running around and you really feel like you are captured. You're your character, and you're going around, you're jumping on these ledges. There's a great parkour system that I find really refreshing for a hardcore RPG like this, being able to mantle onto objects and just jumping across chasms as you're exploring. There's this certain kind of noise that gets heightened up when you're near treasure. There's so much treasure to find, and it is so satisfying every time you find that treasure chest that's just around the corner. You find your unique weapon that you otherwise would have never found. Like, these are super rare items that you get off enemies, or you can find them in a treasure chest. So that to me is really fun. And you're looking out into the expanse, into the wild, and you're seeing a lighthouse, and you're going, hey, I want to climb that thing. And then you climb that thing and you find this really good item, right? There's just so many moments like that, and the graphics are just absolutely beautiful. This is rendered in Unreal Engine 5, and you can really see a long draw distance. Again, just being able to see the beauty of this fantasy world that is not more realistic. It's more of I wouldn't see it even cartoony, but more of an imagined fantasy setting, which is just a whole lot of fun. Getting into overall, like, the deep lore and story. I feel like this game is so rich because it's part of that Pillars of Eternity universe. I spent about over an hour just talking to this NPC about the history of the world. You have these different factions, Adirian Empire, but then you have the Valian city-states, and then you have these other people on this other island. Like, there's so many elements, and where this game really jumps you in is you're the envoy. You are part of the Adirian Empire. The Emperor has sent you to this place called the Living Lands, which is a brand new discovered kind of island, which has a bunch of other people from all around the world of Eora that have now congregated there, and you have these different factions from other areas that don't like each other, so there's this animosity between the characters, and it really feels like a fresh, vibrant city with all these people of different backgrounds. And by the way, when you make your character, you can choose your background, and you're always going to be a godlike character, and I think that all the NPCs kind of respond to you like, oh, looking at your face, which is all like different. It's like, yeah, I have my guy's roots growing out of his head, and they always comment on my appearance, and they're all like, oh, the god like this, the god like that. And that's another thing with this game too, is the RPG of it all, right? Running around, not even part of a main quest, seeing somebody's in trouble, these people are picking on this guy, and you're threatening them, and you can de-escalate any sort of altercation by simply talking your way through it. If you want to fight the guy, you can fight the guy. If you want to de-escalate it, no action happens. That's how it goes, and that might come back later in the story to haunt you, you know? And so, like, this is why I love RPGs, is because there's situations you can end up in, and these aren't even just main quest situations. These are moments that people are never going to even discover, these moments that I did, which really lends to a lot of fun with an RPG. Going around having that water cooler talk with a friend of yours saying, hey, did this happen in your playthrough? No, it didn't. Well, if it did, you would have gotten this awesome weapon, right? Like, that's the pinnacle of an RPG for me, is being able to explore the wide array. One of the biggest benefits, one of the biggest improvements or quality of life features, I should say, is the way that Obsidian Entertainment handles the dialogue history and lore function. So at any point in a conversation, once the NPC is talking, if he had mentioned a keyword such as the Valian city-states or the Valian republics, you can press F on the keyboard. I'm playing on PC, and it brings up, first of all, a history of everything the NPC has said in that conversation. So sometimes, you might be distracted and you look away from the screen. You're like, oh crap, I forget what that guy said. What am I even responding to? You can scroll back and see, oh, that's what he said. Plus, they highlight and have a glossary terms on the right side of the screen for any of these unique terms, whether it be a location, a place, anything like that. They give you a brief blurb on that. It's so helpful for a player that has never played Pillars of Eternity to be able to have access to a quick kind of fire method of, oh, that's what the Valian republics are, or this is what Wodika is. She is the god of the law and the justice and all that sort of thing. And who's the Steel Garrote? Oh, they're the paladins of this Inquisitor that has been risen from the dead. Like, that's what I'm saying. This lore of this game, of this universe, Obsidian is, I can see why they have such a high renown by the fans out there. Fallout New Vegas, KOTOR 2, The Outer Worlds, just absolutely awesome stuff there. This is not a perfect game by any stretch. What I will say is enemy variety. Yeah, I'm only in the first zone, but it's been like, okay, I've been killing a lot of bears, I've been killing a lot of these Zarian reptile lizard-like people. That's a nitpick for me. I'm sure we're gonna have many more people to discover, to have as enemies. Also, I feel it's kind of weird when you clear out part of the map. Enemies never respawn in this game, so I could see, like, later on in the game, maybe that would be a problem to try to get loot and different things if everybody's dead. But then again, I do see from the other perspective, oh, you might be cleansing the Living Lands of all the bad people so they don't have to come back again. So there's different things there. But all in all, I really like this game, right? This is such an easy to approach game from anybody right now. This is on Game Pass Ultimate, so if you have Game Pass, you can literally just stream this game. You can play it on PC, you can play it on Xbox. It's a very low barrier to entry, and this is a game I feel like Xbox needed. A good, strong RPG as part of its first-party catalog. Really just trying different things here with this one. Yes, is it revolutionary for the RPG space? No, but is it dang fun and has a really good combat system and exploration? You sure as hell, that definitely is. It definitely is a good game that I'd recommend. I wanted to put out my first thoughts because I can tell by myself this game's probably going to take me 8 hours. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out to you guys now and recommend the game to you now before it takes me way longer to complete this game. Because as I said in the beginning of this video, take your time with this game, explore. It's not a race, just take it all in, because I really feel like you're going to get a much greater experience with this if you do. Well, there you go. Those are my thoughts on Avowed. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section and down below. For more on video games and Star Wars, you're already in the right place. As I said, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's the easiest way to support me here on the channel. Until next time, bye-bye, guys.